I did not know that it was possible to live a life where you did not compare yourself to other women and people your age. Didn't know that life was possible. Since as young as I can remember, what, first grade, I have compared myself relentlessly to other women that were in first grade. And as I grew up, other women that were my friends that were in middle school, high school, college, just growing up, any female that was around me, I constantly found myself comparing myself to them. I remember in my freshman year of university, I had a roommate, and I believe the roommates were randomly selected. Don't quote me on that. But I had a roommate who was, I mean, this girl is just amazing all around. She is beautiful, she's funny, she's intelligent, she's laid back. She is just the most lovable human I have ever met. And I am, at that time, I was really struggling with my body image. I was struggling with my physical appearance. I did not think that I was beautiful or attractive. I thought I had a I thought I had a terrible personality. I was like, I am so type A and high strung, and I can't relax for the life of me. And to live in such close proximities, we shared a single room. Our dorm room was a hotel room with two queen beds next to each other. So to live in such close proximity to a woman who I felt represented the ideal woman and also the complete opposite of who I felt I was at the time, was a huge slap in the face for me. And it was so funny because I couldn't dislike her. I couldn't hate her. She was so lovable. She was so sweet, so kind, so wonderful, so non-judgmental. So I was so jealous of her, but I also couldn't hate her because there was nothing to hate. And it was a great experience for me looking back, just to show myself how much I struggled with comparing myself to other women. And I am now 29. I'm turning 30 this year. And I know that a lot of women my age, I'm single, I have three dogs. And I know a lot of women my age who are also single or, a pet parent, struggle with comparing themselves to other women who have a loving relationship and a beautiful family, and perhaps other women who are at certain areas of their career where if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know what you're passionate about yet, maybe you feel like you're in a career that you don't really like, but you're just doing it for a paycheck, and then you're seeing other women online who are living out their dream or traveling or whatever it may be. You may be comparing yourself to them and feeling terrible about yourself. So in this video, I want to discuss some mindset shifts and lifestyle shifts that I made that helped me get out of that comparison trap. And I will say that I have never wanted kids. I have never been the type where I pictured myself in a wedding dress. I mean, I don't even know if I'll have a wedding. I don't even know if I'll get married. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I've always been unconventional. I remember my best friends growing up, they were like, I can't wait to have kids. I can't wait to get married. I can't wait for all these things. And I just never really pictured that for myself. I was always just, I can't wait till I'm at the top of my career. I've always been very career oriented. That's the only thing that I really cared about. And that I was excited to envision about my future. And so I say that because I don't struggle in the department of comparing myself in terms of, oh, this person has kids or a loving husband or any of that. But for me, it's been more so career, physique, beauty, things like that. That's what I struggle with. But I just wanted to say that so that you can understand the things I struggle with, because even if we don't compare ourselves on the same areas of life, comparison is comparison nonetheless. But for me, what has helped me get out of that comparison trap is number one, not focusing on other women, not stalking other women online, looking at their lives. I use social media a lot for my career and what I do, but I use social media to post and to share my passions and the things I'm passionate to talk about. But I rarely will just scroll and stalk other women and look at their lives, because to me, that is setting myself up to just compare my life to theirs, which is not helpful for me at all. And I don't like how that feels. And if I don't like how that feels, I'm not going to do it. So rarely will I just scroll. And if I do, I'm really looking for things that I can use as inspiration, or things that I find funny. Or if it's like my close friends and they post on their, for example, Instagram or Facebook stories, I am looking at their stories so that I can find something to help celebrate them on. Because at the end of the day, we all share things on social media to connect, right? And so I'm always thinking, okay, this person is sharing something because they want to connect in some way. How can I appreciate them or appreciate what they posted if there's something that I do like about it, and connect with this person? So that's how I approach social media, is how can I connect with this person? If somebody is sharing something, it's because they want to connect in some way. They want to celebrate themselves in some way. How can I share what they want to celebrate and what they want to connect with, rather than how can I look at what they're posting and compare that to my life? So that, number one, not scrolling, but also if I am going to look at other people's stories and posts, doing so with the mindset of how can I celebrate them with them? Because again, that's why they're sharing these things. That's why they're posting, even if they don't know that. That's why we share our lives, because we want to connect and be celebrated. It feels really good to feel special and to feel celebrated. So I want to help people feel that, because I know how good it feels for me when I post something and when I share something and someone says, "Hey, you look great. I love what you said in this post. That was really inspirational." That feels so good for me. And I want to be able to help other women, other people feel that same way when they share. So that's one thing I think a lot of us, you know, that causes us to fall into that comparison trap, is we are looking at other people's social medias, and we all know that those are highlight reels, and we're looking at it subconsciously, using it to compare our lives to theirs. And so getting out of that mindset and getting out of just scrolling in general is going to make a massive difference in helping you not compare yourself to somebody else. Next point, number two, is understanding. And you may have to repeat this to yourself over and over again until it becomes a set belief that you have, is that you're never going to be anybody else but you. And you were made so uniquely you, so beautifully you, to experience your own version of the human experience of life that is not supposed to look like anybody else's. Your journey, your life is not supposed to look like anyone else's. It should not look like anybody else's. That's why you are you, and you are different, and you were born with different personality traits and physical traits and likes and dislikes and strengths and weaknesses, so that you could live out a life that is so uniquely and beautifully yours. So coming back to the experience with my roommate, I was not born her. I was born me. to be me. So I used to, like I told you, she was very relaxed. She was such a, go with the flow, easy kind of girl. I am not go with the flow. In many ways, I am, but in many ways, I am not go with the flow. And I used to feel so ashamed about that. Why can't I be like this girl? She's so chill. She's so easygoing. Why can't I be like that? You know what? God didn't make me go with the flow or easygoing for a reason. He's like, Vivian, I gave you this very type A, extreme personality, strong personality for a reason. For a reason. So that you could use your energy and your passion to talk on YouTube videos and to share your wisdom and your knowledge and the energy. So, like, her energy is very much like just chill and laid back and just like really calming, right? My energy is, girl, what are your goals? Like, you've got this. You can do this. I believe in you. You are amazing. Do you not see all of your gifts and your strengths that show that you are meant to reach your wildest goals and dreams? Two different energies, both needed in this beautiful world. We need people who are relaxed and calm and chill, because if we were all high energy and type A, that'd be just a little too much. Okay. But if we were all chilled and laid back, I mean, we probably would get nothing done. You know what I mean? So what I've learned is we were all created with different personality traits and physical characteristics so that this world could function, because we need all different types of people. So instead of thinking I need to be this certain way, I'm like, no, I was given certain traits and qualities for a reason. What is that reason? Maybe I don't know what that reason is yet. Let me explore that. What are my strengths? What can I do with these strengths? How can I use the strengths or personality traits that I was given and use that to give back to this world and contribute to other human beings? How can I use my gifts and my strengths? Stepping into that mindset of, I was born me and not like anybody else for a reason. So how can I use what I was born with and what I was given in the most positive, productive way possible, where I can give back to other humans, right? Getting into that mindset of, I'm not supposed to be anybody else. So why am I comparing myself to anybody else? I'm not supposed to be anybody else. I am supposed to be me. That's why I was born me. That shift in my mindset has been so helpful. Oh my God, it has been life changing. All right. And number 3 is understanding that life isn't about reaching certain destinations, having a kid, getting married, reaching a certain milestone in your job, whatever. That's actually not what life is about. And people will tell you that that is what life is about. And you may think the point of life is to achieve A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. It's not. Newsflash, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not. The point of life is to help you grow and evolve and learn through challenges and mistakes, which honestly, I don't even believe that there are mistakes. I believe everything's just a learning lesson. I don't even like the word mistakes, but I'll use it anyways. Life is about growing and evolving and becoming your best self and showing yourself how strong and courageous you are, and making yourself proud by going through trials and tribulations in your life and working on. Your life is going to give you obstacles and circumstances to grow you and push you, especially in areas that you are not particularly strong in. And the point of life is to learn and to grow and to explore and to change and to adapt. So when you're going through life experiences, like if you're going through a divorce, or right, and you're like, oh my God, all my friends, I'm going through a divorce and all my friends are married with like all these with the beautiful kids and this amazing career, and they are financially stable. Like, what is wrong with me? Understand that life is giving you exactly what you need to grow in the ways that God needs you to grow. Everything you're going through is for a purpose and for a reason. Even if you can't see that reason now, it's for your own good, your own growth. So you have to take a step back, and instead of saying, wow, I'm going through this, or this is my life right now, and this sucks because all these people have a great life and they're not going through any of these things. No, that is not the purpose of your journey. You're being put through challenges and circumstances to grow you, to evolve you, so that you can become the strongest, most courageous version of yourself. Those people, they're going to have their own obstacles that they're going to go through. And understand that rarely anybody shares their struggles. I was on the I was on the phone with my best friend the other day, and she was telling me how her friend was having difficulties in her relationship. And that same day, that friend that was having difficulties in her relationship posted a picture of her and her significant other looking so happy. And some of the caption was like, I love this person. I'm so appreciative, which I'm sure is true, but it's just like, you just never know what's going on behind the scenes. So you cannot compare yourself, your journey, to the superficial layers of what people show you. You never really know what's going on. Even if somebody discloses details of their life, there could be a lot of details that they're not telling you. You truly, truly never know. And going back to point number one, not scrolling through other people's lives is going to be very helpful in you not comparing yourself to other people. I think that one is probably one of the biggest contributors to why so many women struggle with comparison to today. Um, but again, just remembering that life is giving you, even though you don't want it, the obstacles and the challenges and the trials and tribulations that you need to grow. It's all for a purpose and it's all necessary. And the point of life is for you to evolve and grow and adapt. And when you really understand that and embrace that mindset of, okay, life is literally just a journey of me growing and shedding old layers and stepping into new layers of that get me closer to my highest self. When you embrace that mindset, you stop resisting where you're at and thinking, oh, I need to be somebody else. I need to be somewhere else. No, you're exactly where you need to be. What you need to do is extrapolate the lesson that God is trying to give you instead of trying to resist. I shouldn't be here. Why am I here? Why is my life like this? Why am I like this? No, what is the lesson that God is trying to give you? And for me, I have really taken on that mindset in all areas of my life. So for me, I never, especially when I'm struggling through something like last year when I got out of my almost 5-year relationship, it wasn't, oh my gosh, I am now single and I'm almost 30 and all my friends have kids and this, that. No, it was like, okay, what happened here? Why did I get into this relationship that didn't fulfill my needs? What am I supposed to learn through this breakup? What was this relationship supposed to teach me? How am I supposed to take these lessons into future relationships? And because that was the mindset that I came at the situation with, it was such a positive experience and a positive breakup for me because I really understood that all this was happening for my highest good. And so when I was able to approach it with that mindset, I didn't resist it. I didn't compare myself to other people that were at the same age of, well, they're in this healthy, successful relationship. What's wrong with me? No, it was like, I'm supposed to learn a lesson here. So what is that lesson? What is that lesson, God? So I hope that this video help you embrace some habits and mindsets that are going to help you get out of the comparison trap. And if you find yourself falling back into the comparison trap, that is okay. Old habits die hard. And if you want to change a habit that you've had for, the majority of your life, it's not going to happen overnight. And you are going to fall back into those old habit patterns. And it's important that you have compassion with yourself and understand, all right, I've done this. I've compared myself to other people for God knows how long. Okay, it's going to take some time for me to overcome this mindset and change my mindset. And it's all about, okay, when you do stumble and when you do fall back into that old mindset, you have compassion with yourself. You recognize it as soon as you can and go, all right, I caught myself. What is the new mindset I want to instill? Redirect. You're going to fall back into old mindset. Okay, caught myself again. What is the new mindset I want to instill? And you have to repeat that pattern over and over and over again until not comparing yourself becomes your new norm and new habit. So for me, I don't compare myself at all to anyone anymore. However, yeah, it didn't happen overnight because I grew up comparing myself constantly. So I would fall back into the old habits of comparing myself. I would have to catch myself and go, okay, redirect back to the new mindset of this journey, this life is uniquely mine. How can I maximize my qualities, my strengths, and what is the lesson I'm supposed to give to get here? And so just reinstilling that mindset over and over again is what helped me get out of that comparison trap. And it is going to change your life. Just again, if you find yourself falling back into that old mindset, I need you to have so much compassion and understanding with yourself and just pick yourself back up. Remind yourself this is uniquely your journey. Stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. All right. All right. See you guys in my next video. Bye.